On this day in history, we remember the remarkable individuals who shaped our world. Welcome to Who Died Today in History, where we honor their legacies. From artists to leaders, their impact lives on. If you find their stories meaningful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay connected. Tammy Wynette, born Virginia Wynette Pugh on May 5, 1942 in Tremont, Mississippi, emerged as a defining voice in country music, earning the title First Lady of Country Music. Her life was marked by both professional acclaim and personal hardships, particularly concerning her health. Wynette suffered from chronic intestinal issues, leading to numerous hospitalizations and surgeries. To manage her persistent pain, she developed a reliance on prescription painkillers, which became a significant aspect of her later life. On April 6, 1998, at the age of 55, Wynette passed away in her home in Nashville, Tennessee. Initially, her death was attributed to a blood clot in the lung. However, following concerns raised by her daughters, her body was exhumed a year later for an autopsy, which concluded that she died of heart failure caused by repeated blood clots. Wynette's death underscored the challenges of chronic illness and the complexities surrounding prescription medication used during that era. Her health struggles and subsequent dependence on painkillers highlighted the broader societal issues of managing chronic pain and the potential for medication misuse, topics that were gaining increasing attention in the late 1990s. The immediate aftermath of her passing saw an outpouring of grief from fans and the music community. A public memorial service held at Nashville's Ryman Auditorium was attended by approximately 1,500 people, reflecting her significant impact on country music. Artists and fans alike mourned the loss of a figure whose music had deeply resonated with themes of love, heartache, and resilience. In death, Wynette's legend was both solidified and scrutinized. The controversies surrounding her health, personal life, and the circumstances of her death led to renewed discussions about her life and legacy. These conversations, while sometimes contentious, served to keep her memory alive in the public consciousness. Wynette's passing and the subsequent examinations of her life reveal humanity's complex relationship with mortality, power, and memory. Her struggles with health and personal relationships highlight the vulnerabilities that often accompany public figures, reminding us of the human frailties behind celebrity personas. The way society remembers and honors such figures reflects our collective desire to celebrate artistic contributions while also grappling with the more challenging aspects of their lives. James Drury, born James Child Drury Jr. on April 18, 1934 in New York City, was an American actor best known for his portrayal of the enigmatic title character in the NBC Western television series The Virginian, which aired from 1962 to 1971. Drury's performance as the steadfast and principled ranch foreman captured the essence of the American frontier spirit, resonating with audiences during a time when Westerns dominated the television landscape. Drury passed away from natural causes on April 6, 2020, at his home in Houston, Texas, just shy of his 86th birthday. His death marked the end of an era for fans of classic Western television, as he was one of the genre's enduring figures. The immediate aftermath of Drury's passing saw an outpouring of tributes from fans and colleagues alike, reflecting on his significant contributions to the entertainment industry. His portrayal of the Virginian had left an indelible mark on television history, and his death prompted a renewed appreciation for the series and its impact. The show's emphasis on moral fortitude and justice mirrored the societal values of its time, offering viewers narratives that championed integrity and resilience. Drury's death underscores the enduring fascination with Western heroes who embody ideals of honor and steadfastness. His portrayal of the Virginian contributed to the romanticized image of the American West, a theme that continues to captivate audiences. The character's nameless identity added a layer of universality, allowing viewers to project their own interpretations onto the stoic figure. In reflecting on Drury's passing, we are reminded of humanity's complex relationship with mortality, power, and memory. Figures like Drury, through their artistic contributions, achieve a form of immortality, living on in the collective consciousness through their work. The commemoration of such individuals through retrospectives, reruns, and discussions ensures that their legacies endure, influencing future generations. James Drury's legacy is preserved through the continued appreciation of the Virginian, which remains accessible to new audiences via various media platforms. His work is also celebrated in discussions and analyses of classic television, highlighting the show's role in shaping the Western genre. Through these avenues, Drury's contributions to television and his embodiment of Western ideals continue to be honored and remembered. Mickey Rooney, born Joseph Ewell Jr. on September 23, 1920 in Brooklyn, New York, was a multifaceted entertainer whose career spanned over 9 decades. He began performing in vaudeville as a toddler and transitioned seamlessly into film, becoming one of Hollywood's most enduring figures. Rooney's early fame was cemented through his portrayal of Andy Hardy in the eponymous film series, embodying the idealized American youth during the tumultuous years surrounding World War II. On April 6, 2014, Rooney passed away at the age of 93 in North Hollywood, California, due to natural causes. His death marked the end of an era, as he was among the last surviving stars of Hollywood's golden age. Despite a career that brought immense fame and fortune, Rooney's later years were marred by financial hardship and personal struggles. Notably, he became an advocate against elder abuse after revealing that he had been a victim of financial exploitation by family members. The immediate aftermath of Rooney's passing prompted reflections on both his prolific career and the complexities of his personal life. While he had entertained millions with his performances, his candid discussions about elder abuse brought attention to a pressing societal issue, highlighting the vulnerabilities that can accompany aging, even for those in the public eye. Rooney's death underscores the transient nature of fame and the challenges that can persist behind the scenes. His ability to captivate audiences across generations speaks to his talent and adaptability, yet his personal experiences serve as a poignant reminder of the potential pitfalls of celebrity and the importance of safeguarding the well-being of the elderly. In commemorating figures like Rooney, society often turns to retrospectives of their work, biographical accounts, and discussions that explore both their contributions and challenges. Rooney's legacy is preserved through his extensive filmography, which continues to be celebrated in cinematic histories and retrospectives. Additionally, his openness about personal struggles has contributed to broader conversations about elder care and financial exploitation, ensuring that his impact extends beyond entertainment. Reflecting on Rooney's life and death offers insights into humanity's complex relationship with mortality, power, and memory. His story exemplifies how public figures can shape cultural narratives and how their personal experiences can influence societal awareness and change. Greer Garson, born Eileen Evelyn Greer Garson on September 29, 1904 in London, England, was a distinguished British-American actress renowned for her portrayals of strong, dignified women during Hollywood's golden age. She gained prominence with her role in Goodbye, Mr. Chips, 1939, which earned her the first of 7 Academy Award nominations. Her most celebrated performance was as the titular character in Mrs. Miniver, a film that resonated deeply during World War II and garnered her an Oscar for Best Actress. Garson passed away from heart failure on April 6, 1996 at the age of 91 in Dallas, Texas. Her death marked the end of an era, as she was one of the last surviving icons of a cinematic period that emphasized resilience and moral fortitude, qualities she consistently embodied on screen. The immediate aftermath of her passing prompted reflections on her significant contributions to film and her role in shaping the portrayal of women during the mid-20th century. Garson's characters often mirrored the societal values of her time, emphasizing strength, grace, and perseverance, particularly during the challenges of World War II. Her performances provided audiences with aspirational figures who navigated adversity with dignity, aligning with the era's emphasis on resilience and unity. Garson's death underscores the transient nature of fame and the enduring impact of cinematic legacies. Her work continues to be celebrated through film retrospectives and scholarly analyses, highlighting the lasting relevance of her portrayals. The commemoration of such figures through art and literature serves as a testament to society's desire to preserve and honor the contributions of those who have shaped cultural narratives. In reflecting on Garson's life and passing, we are reminded of humanity's complex relationship with mortality, power, and memory. Her legacy exemplifies how art can encapsulate and immortalize the virtues of an era, allowing future generations to glean insights from past portrayals of strength and integrity. Merle Haggard, born on April 6, 1937 in Oildale, California, was a seminal figure in country music, renowned for his rich baritone and poignant songwriting that often reflected the struggles of the working class. His early life was marked by hardship, including a stint in San Quentin State Prison, which profoundly influenced his music and lent authenticity to his outlaw persona. Haggard's career spanned over 5 decades, during which he released numerous chart-topping hits and became a defining voice in the genre. On April 6, 2016, his 79th birthday, Haggard succumbed to complications from pneumonia at his home in Palo Cedro, California. His passing came after several months of battling the illness, during which he had been in and out of the hospital. Haggard had even predicted to his family that he would die on his birthday, a premonition that proved accurate. Haggard's death marked the end of an era for country music, as he was one of its most influential and authentic voices. His songs, such as Okie from Muskogee and Mama Tried, captured the complexities of American life, resonating with audiences who saw their own experiences reflected in his lyrics. The immediate aftermath of his passing saw an outpouring of tributes from fellow musicians and fans alike, underscoring the profound impact he had on the genre. Haggard's death also prompted reflections on the values and challenges of his era. Emerging during the tumultuous 1960s and 1970s, his music often addressed themes of personal redemption, social issues, and the plight of the common man. His outlaw image and candid storytelling resonated during a time of significant cultural and political change in America, offering a voice to those who felt marginalized or misunderstood. In terms of legacy, Haggard's influence is evident in the work of countless artists who followed him. He was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1994, cementing his status as a pillar of the genre. His life and music have been the subject of numerous documentaries and biographies, ensuring that his contributions are remembered and celebrated. Reflecting on Haggard's passing offers insight into humanity's relationship with mortality, power, and memory. His life story, from troubled youth to celebrated artist, embodies themes of redemption and resilience. Through art and commemoration, figures like Haggard are immortalized, their stories serving as enduring reminders of the human experience. James Best, born Jewel Franklin Guy on July 26, 1926 in Powderly, Kentucky, was a multifaceted American actor renowned for his extensive work in television and film. Best's career spanned over 6 decades, during which he appeared in numerous television series and films. However, he is perhaps best remembered for his portrayal of the bumbling yet endearing Sheriff Rosco P. Coltrane on the television series The Dukes of Hazzard, which aired from 1979 to 1985. On April 6, 2015, Best passed away at the age of 88 due to complications from pneumonia. He died in hospice care in Hickory, North Carolina, after a brief illness. Best's death marked the loss of a versatile actor whose career reflected the evolution of American television and cinema. Beginning his career in the 1950s, Best appeared in various television series and Western films, embodying the archetypal characters of that era. His role as Sheriff Rosco P. Coltrane became iconic, reflecting the late 1970s and early 1980s appetite for lighthearted, family-friendly entertainment. The character's comedic incompetence provided a counterbalance to the show's rebellious protagonists, resonating with audiences and cementing Best's place in television history. In the immediate aftermath of his passing, tributes poured in from colleagues, fans, and the entertainment industry, highlighting his contributions to television and his influence on future generations of actors. His death prompted a reflection on the enduring appeal of the Dukes of Hazzard and its place in American pop culture. Best's legacy is preserved through the continued syndication of the Dukes of Hazzard, allowing new generations to experience his work. Additionally, his contributions to the arts are remembered through various tributes and retrospectives that celebrate his extensive career. Reflecting on Best's life and career offers insight into humanity's relationship with mortality, power, and memory. His enduring popularity demonstrates how entertainment can transcend generations, allowing performers to achieve a form of immortality through their work. By commemorating figures like Best through continued appreciation and study of their contributions, society acknowledges the lasting impact of the arts on cultural heritage. Don Rickles, born on May 8, 1926 in Queens, New York, was an American comedian and actor renowned for his pioneering insult comedy. Over a career spanning more than 6 decades, Rickles became a fixture in stand-up comedy, television, and film, earning the affectionate nickname Mr. Warmth for his acerbic wit and rapid-fire humor. On April 6, 2017, Rickles passed away at his home in Los Angeles due to kidney failure at the age of 90. His death marked the end of an era for a style of comedy that thrived on sharp, unscripted interactions, reflecting a time when humor often pushed boundaries and societal norms. Rickles' approach to comedy was emblematic of the mid-20th century's entertainment landscape, where live performances and personal engagement with audiences were paramount. His ability to connect with people through humor, regardless of its edgy nature, highlighted the period's appreciation for candidness and resilience. The immediate aftermath of Rickles' passing saw an outpouring of tributes from fellow comedians, actors, and fans, underscoring his significant influence on the comedy world. Figures like Patton Oswalt reflected on Rickles' unique position in comedy, noting that his humor transcended mere insult to reveal deeper truths about human nature. This widespread acknowledgement not only amplified Rickles' legendary status, but also prompted a re-evaluation of the role of humor in addressing societal issues. Rickles' legacy endures through various forms of commemoration. His work continues to be celebrated in retrospectives, documentaries, and through the continued enjoyment of his numerous television and film appearances. Notably, his role as the voice of Mr. Potato Head in the Toy Story series introduced him to a new generation, ensuring his comedic style remains influential. Reflecting on Rickles' life and career offers insight into humanity's complex relationship with mortality, power, and memory. His ability to wield humor as both a shield and a weapon illustrates the power dynamics inherent in comedy and entertainment. By immortalizing figures like Rickles through art, literature, and commemoration, society acknowledges the enduring impact of those who challenge conventions and provoke thought through their work. His passing serves as a reminder of the transient nature of life and the lasting influence of those who dare to push boundaries. Richard I of England, known as Richard the Lionheart, met his end on April 6, 1199 at the age of 41, following complications from an infected crossbow wound sustained during the siege of Chalus-Chabrol in the Duchy of Aquitaine. The siege was initiated to suppress a rebellion and claim a rumored treasure. While inspecting the castle's defenses, Richard was struck in the shoulder by a crossbow bolt fired from the walls. Initially, the injury appeared non-fatal, but the wound deteriorated due to infection, leading to his death 12 days later. Richard's death during a relatively minor siege underscores the volatility and peril inherent in the feudal conflicts of the 12th century. His demise highlighted the precarious nature of medieval kingship, where leaders were often directly involved in military engagements, reflecting the era's valorization of martial prowess and personal bravery. The immediate consequence of his passing was a succession crisis, as Richard left no legitimate heirs. His younger brother John ascended the throne, a transition that led to significant political turmoil, including the loss of English territories in France and eventual conflicts with the nobility, culminating in the signing of the Magna Carta. The manner of Richard's death and his storied life contributed to the amplification of his legend. His reputation as a formidable warrior and leader during the Third Crusade, coupled with his dramatic end, cemented his status as a chivalric icon. This legacy influenced both contemporary and subsequent perceptions of ideal kingship and knighthood. His death marked a turning point in English and French relations, altering the trajectory of medieval European politics. Reflecting on Richard's death offers insight into humanity's complex relationship with mortality, power, and memory. His embalmed heart was interred separately in Rouen Cathedral, a practice that symbolized the medieval attempt to preserve and honor the essence of esteemed individuals. This act of partitioning the body for burial in multiple sacred sites underscores the era's beliefs in sanctity and the desire to eternalize the presence of influential figures. Richard the Lionheart has been immortalized through various forms of art, literature, and commemoration. His exploits have been romanticized in chronicles, poems, and later in modern media, portraying him as the quintessential Night King. Statues and monuments erected in his honor, such as the prominent equestrian statue outside the Houses of Parliament in London, serve as enduring testaments to his legacy. These commemorations reflect society's enduring fascination with heroic figures and the human desire to enshrine valor and leadership for posterity. Wilma Mankiller, born on November 18, 1945 in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, was a trailblazing Native American activist and the first woman to serve as principal chief of the Cherokee Nation. Her leadership from 1985 to 1995 marked a transformative era for the Cherokee people, emphasizing self-governance, community development, and cultural revitalization. On April 6, 2010, Mankiller passed away at her home in rural Adair County, Oklahoma, due to pancreatic cancer at the age of 64. Mankiller's death from natural causes reflects the universal human vulnerability to illness, transcending the remarkable achievements of an individual's life. Her passing underscored the health challenges that many face, irrespective of their societal contributions. The immediate aftermath saw an outpouring of grief and tributes from across the nation. Approximately 1,200 people attended her memorial service at the Cherokee National Cultural Grounds in Tahlequah on April 10, 2010. Dignitaries such as Cherokee Chief Chad Smith, Oklahoma Governor Brad Henry, U.S. Congressman Dan Boren, and activist Gloria Steinem were present, highlighting the profound impact of her leadership. Mankiller's death amplified her legend, solidifying her legacy as a pioneer for indigenous and women's rights. Her life's work inspired subsequent generations to pursue leadership roles and advocate for their communities. The trajectory of Native American self-determination and gender equality movements was undeniably influenced by her example. In recognition of her contributions, Mankiller was posthumously honored with various accolades. Notably, in 2021, it was announced that her image would appear on a U.S. quarter as part of the American Women Quarters program, ensuring her legacy endures in the public consciousness. Reflecting on Mankiller's passing reveals humanity's complex relationship with mortality, power, and memory. Her life's narrative emphasizes the transient nature of existence and the enduring impact one can have on societal structures and cultural identity. Society immortalizes such figures through various forms of commemoration, including art, literature, and public honors. Mankiller's story has been captured in documentaries, biographies, and films, such as The Cherokee Word for Water, which depicts her early activism and community projects. These commemorations serve not only as tributes, but also as educational tools, inspiring future generations to embrace leadership, resilience, and cultural pride. David McKee, born on January 2, 1935 in Tavistock, Devon, England, was a renowned British author and illustrator whose works left an indelible mark on children's literature. He passed away on April 6, 2022, at the age of 87, following a short illness in the south of France, where he had spent much of his later years. McKee's death from natural causes reflects the inevitable passage of time and the culmination of a prolific career that spanned several decades. His passing came at a time when the themes he explored, diversity, acceptance, and pacifism, remained profoundly relevant in contemporary society. The immediate consequence of his death was an outpouring of tributes from the literary community and readers worldwide, underscoring the deep impact of his work. The legacy of David McKee was undoubtedly amplified by his passing. His creations, particularly Elmer the Patchwork Elephant, have been celebrated for promoting inclusivity and individuality. Elmer's stories, translated into numerous languages and selling over 10 million copies, have become emblematic of embracing differences. McKee's death served as a moment for reflection on the importance of these values in children's literature and education. Reflecting on McKee's life and death offers insight into humanity's relationship with mortality, power, and memory. His enduring characters and stories highlight the power of literature to shape societal values and foster empathy across generations. Society immortalizes such figures through continued readership, adaptations, and commemorations. McKee's works have been adapted into television series, merchandise, and stage plays, ensuring that his messages continue to resonate. The announcement by his publisher, Anderson Press, expressing hope that his spirit lives on through his stories, encapsulates the enduring nature of his contributions. In essence, David McKee's passing marked the end of a significant chapter in children's literature. However, his stories' timeless themes and the affection with which they are held ensure that his legacy endures, continuing to inspire and educate future generations about the beauty of diversity and the importance of kindness.